All right, thank you everybody for being here. We are the MSBA Carter team, and we've spent the past year working on enhancing Carter Machinery's data quality governance. So a few quick introductions. My name is Aaron George. I serve as team lead on this project, and I have a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering.
My name is Harrison Rice, and I have an undergrad in business information technology.
My name is John Huang. I have a degree in industrial systems engineering.
My name is Leah Tabos, and I have a degree in industrial systems engineering.
My name is Shu Khan, and I have an undergrad in art history and management.
We'd like to personally thank our sponsors, Mr. Zach Brown and Mr. Jeff Bowman, as well as our faculty advisor, Professor Jeremy Sudweeks, for their help on this project. So Carter Machinery is the local Caterpillar dealership. They provide a full service for all of Caterpillar's vehicles. Their mission is to enable customers to achieve the highest level of success. So currently, Caterpillar is requiring higher standards of data quality from their dealers. What this means for Carter is that they must have higher quality trifecta data, where trifecta is customer, contact information, and equipment data. In conjunction with Caterpillar's new data standards, Carter aspires to be a digital leader in their industry. Essentially, they want to make sure their data and analytics to a point where they can use insights into key data sets to drive next best actions that better serve their customers. Specifically, Carter wants to build predictive models that can anticipate factors such as equipment maintenance and marketing initiatives. Foundational to this data-driven business strategy is high-quality data. So what we've just discussed is the situation. The complication with this is that Carter's key data sets are very dirty. There's a lot of invalid data, there's a lot of missing data. And so that led our team to ask the question, how can we improve Carter's data governance to facilitate accurate analysis? Now with that, I'm going to turn it over to Harrison.
Thank you, Aaron. Our team had two main objectives for this project. To accomplish our first of understanding Carter's current data governance structure, we wanted to focus on three tasks. We wanted to assess the data quality within important data sets. We wanted to identify the key challenges faced by employees with data entry. Then we wanted to gather the information from different departments on data entry. Our second objective is to propose strategies to enhance Carter's data governance and collection. Now we'll discuss some of the analysis we conducted over last. Our first method of analysis was to develop data quality summaries for each of the data sets. That gave us 4 data sets to work with. In the equipment data set, we're given information on customer machines, such as the make, model, and serial number. We found that this data set was only about 1% blank, but it had many invalid instances, such as unknown being a common entry for the industry code column. The parts and service invoice history gave us basic financial information about sales and was about 13% blank. It also had many invalid instances, such as special characters being used in serial numbers. The influencer file serves as a database for contact information and was about 22% blank. Key takeaway from this database was that very few names had both an email and a phone number. The customer information gave contact information such as the phone number, email, and address. We found that this had the highest percentage of missing data with 57% and also had the highest amount of invalid entries. Therefore, we found that this has the largest opportunity for improvement at Carter. Because Carter and Caterpillar are focused on the trifecta, we believe it is imperative to ensure high-quality data is inputted into the customer information data set in order to enhance customer service of Carter. We can focus on these two issues of missing data and invalid entries. We can move towards more complete customer information with increased data accuracy. Again, because we found that it has the highest level of invalid and missing data, we decided that this has the largest opportunity for improvement at Carter. Now I'll pass it off to John to talk about the interview.
Thank you, Harrison. Since we're focusing on the customer data set, hence customer information, we'll move on to our second method of analysis, which is developing process plans by interviewing Carter employees. So in order to better understand how data is collected, stored, and used, we conducted employee interviews and used the gathered information as inputs to help us develop the process plan. So for this interview process, these are the 5 departments that we have interviewed. For each of these departments, we identify internal subject matter experts to interview them about how data is used and how data flows between each department. For those interviews, we designed standard interview questions or inquiries, which is to facilitate the mapping process, which includes how data is collected, where's the data stored, are there any validation process involved, and how is the data generated. By developing these process maps, it would help the team identify gaps and challenges, hence pain points, to explore potential solutions and recommendations. Let's move on to our overview of our process map. This is all 5 departments that we have interviewed in their corresponding process map. From these process maps, you'll be able to observe how the data flows from the processes to the data points and how it will be stored in databases. We identified 3 distinct sections within these process maps. The first section is data entry, essentially what data is being collected and how is it being stored. The second section is data transformation, essentially is how the data is generally being used in each department. And our last section is data validation, is to ensure data quality. But the biggest takeaway you should take from this slide right here is the number of red triangles or the potential pain points that we have identified throughout the process. There are many of them. And these potential pain points will help Cohort machinery facilitate and allocate appropriate resources to facilitate any new initiative in data governance or data maturity. Now I pass it on to Dina to summarize all the pain points and the challenges.
Thank you, John. So through our process map, we were able to identify some thinking within each department. So the table over there shows the number of thinkings in each department. So for example, the finance department has 4 pinpoints, but the marketing has 7. A few examples of some of those pinpoints was the data validation process. Most departments of Cohort do not have a data validation process. There's also one gatekeeper for several different departments. The gatekeeper manually updates and changes information. There's also no formal review process within departments, and through our interviews, some departments have mentioned that one of the reasons they do not report data accurately was because the system crashes frequently on them. After identifying those pinpoints, our third approach was to identify key challenges. An overview of some of the key challenges we have identified was the validation process. Cohort has one gatekeeper for 3 different departments: the rentals department, new product sales, and product support sales. The gatekeeper manually updates and changes information upon request from different employees across different departments. Since they only have one gatekeeper, they find it hard and challenging to update and change information in a timely manner. Another issue we have identified through our interviews was that some departments use SOPs, which stands for Standard Operating Procedures, and others do not. For example, the finance department uses SOPs for their credit applications, but does not use SOPs for their cash account requests. However, the rentals department uses SOPs regularly. In summary, the resulting issues could be the reason why Cohort has difficulty ensuring accurate and reliable data entries and challenges in updating them in a timely manner. I will pass it off to Shu to talk to you about our recommendations.
Thank you, Dina, for the introduction. Here are 3 opportunities that Cohort can leverage to enhance data quality and data governance. The first is to enhance employees' awareness of the value that high-quality data brings to the company's commercial success. The second is for skills development and knowledge sharing. And the third is the potential improvement in organizational capacity to better address data quality and data governance challenges. With these opportunities in mind, we propose a 3-phase strategic plan to help Cohort navigate and make the most of the digital transformation journey. In the first phase, we suggest conducting questionnaires and surveys to better understand employee experiences. And we also suggest hiring additional personnel to expand organizational capacity. Moving on to the second phase, we suggest identifying department-level data quality champions to lead the development of data stewardship committees and to develop tailored SOPs. Finally, in the third phase, we suggest conducting workshops to train employees. We also suggest launching dashboards and campaigns to further promote and sustain the culture of good data stewardship and the best practices. We're confident that by implementing these measures, Cohort will be able to make a significant step moving up the data maturity ladder. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for your time and attention. We would like to thank Zach Brown for guiding us throughout this project, and we are very grateful for the learning opportunity that Carter has provided us with. We're also very grateful for the support from Professor Jeremy Southwick, who is our faculty advisor, and many supports that we receive from the Center for Business and Analytics. And we would also like to extend our appreciation for faculty and staff outside of the College of Business. Hi, Christine. Thank you all for mentoring, inspiring, and cultivating future talents in analytics for many generations to come. And now I'll open the floor to questions for the audience. Go ahead.
On your pain points chart, I noticed that you have a count by department. And I'm just wondering if all of the pain points are equal or some have a bigger impact on the business than the others. Or, sorry, John.
No worries. So well, it all depends on the context, but there are almost weighted equally in a way, but most of them are because of the system. It's usually we identify the pain points as like a bottleneck in the system.
Okay.
Like it's not directly on certain points of the chart that you can see here. If I can go back. If you see, for example, for rental department, right, you won't see any red triangles or pain points on the first section, but it all funnels down to the second point.
Right.
It's essentially some of them are like that. I think it's more on like the urgency of like if we can identify the bottom immediately, then yeah.
Thank you. Good question.
Good question. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.